Hey guys, Wild Thing here. We're going to start tonight with some Kerbal Space Program, possibly some Far Cry afterwards. But let's get right into Kerbal. Alright, now I am officially. It might take a second to come up. This is the current lander I have, but realistically you probably don't need to use, if you're not going for science purposes, if you're going to just finish the mission, then
Well, I'm going for science purposes. It says you're watching.
it might take a
You're
second.
watching Tyler.
Yeah, I have a stream background somewhere. It just has me going live probably as soon as Restream hits all of the stream points. Mixer have me? Okay, Mixer has me live now. Mixer's done. Which I think takes a second. It lags behind this much. Ah, there we go. Now Twitch caught up. Anyway.
Takes off like a monster. That's good. Like that.
Yeah, so I mean, realistically, it would just be a matter of changing the landing can out for whatever command module you needed, plus some sort of detachment, so that way you could just break off once you got back to Kerbin. But if you have a vehicle that can slow you down, like I think when I do this, when I did this landing before, like I end up with like the mid stage that like slows my orbit down, so I don't have to use any fuel to stop my orbit, and then I can use this just to land, and then that mid stage is either just left behind because I don't need it, or if it's the advanced orbiter, it puts itself back into orbit with enough fuel to then do all of the docking I need to do. But I just upgraded this guy with better legs from my last attempts here, so it was a little more stable. Well, a little more stable.
I'm still waiting on it to show as you.
Oh, hit refresh. Yeah.
It just did it.
Tempted for land like landing stabilizers, because then I can tether this thing if I'm on an uneven surface.
That thing has enough to make it back too.
Hmm?
I
But
don't
again,
have a can yet though.
well, again, you could depends on how many people you're putting on. If you're only putting one, I could have used like the Mark 1 landing can. I chose the Mark 2 because I had the Mark 2. But if you're trying to make it back from Mun, then you might use like the Mark 1 command pod, right? And then you're able to land, come back up, pick up, bring all your science with you, and then go back and land on Kerbin.
Right.
So it's totally doable. You just need to make sure you have, like, I feel like this guy at 2,500 meters, 2,500 meters per second of delta V is enough for me to land on Mun without an issue, get back into orbit, get back into Kerbin space, and as I said, at a minimum, I might use like 1 or 2 orbits with like air braking with like the engines here acting as my heat shield, because they all have the capacity for it, so they don't usually overheat. That's if you don't want to dock.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't know how you do it, man. That whole rendezvous thing is just not something I like effing with.
Yeah, it's kind of complex, but it does end up working.
I don't know. I know. I just want to do it.
Alright, but we're actually going to test this lander, because this is my freshly designed new to the shop.
Show me your the whole rocket you got there. The
Yep.
whole. What do you actually send?
Oh, I'm building it now. So this is the payload I send when I go up. And then merge in the midsection here. Save and continue. And then I actually use the mid stage that I used from my first ship because it just actually works really well. I don't have to change much to it. And the only thing I need to do with this guy is I need to add a coupler. And then I use payload, which I think is stock. I can't remember. Like it's stock. I use this plugin to build the payload around air resist, wind resist. So that's this guy here. It's a little girthy in the
That. Very silly.
What was that?
That is very silly looking.
Well, here's the reason why actually. So like it's kind of silly, but once I'm in orbit, I end up draining a lot of the fuel that's in these engines into expand inflatable fuel bags that I have in the both on the lander and on the command module, so that I have
those.
that is a plugin. That's a USI's like freight technology plugin or something
okay.
like that. But it's practical because it's like I can bring up these empty tanks and then I could fill them up. If I wasn't using inflatables, I would just bring up. I would probably would not have fuel in any of the tanks up here, and I would draw this fuel in. But honestly, this is maybe not really a necessity. But it worked, so I haven't really gone in and like redesigned it. And then the lower stage. Stage. Yeah. That boy. Ah. Oh boy. I have a little. Grab a one. So, kick off all these engines to start. Break off the solid rocket engine boosters. We kick on the fuel, regular fuel engines. Some standard staging to break off those engines as we don't need them, and break into the middle stage. Usually take this shroud off at that point, and then keep going from there. And then this upper staging's all fucked up. I gotta like once the vessels are in place, I have to fix staging at the. But this is like landing and stuff like that, so it's really not that big of a deal.
Right.
So it starts with it has about 7.3 thousand meters per second at delta V. It easily gets into mun, if actually probably make it to min mus and maybe even further depending on it. But I use like habitation and help life support, so can only go as far as my habitation allows. This will easily get to, and we'll actually bring it out to mun right now. So we don't need Bill. Honestly, we really don't need Valentina. But we'll bring her so that the command module is manned at all times, and we'll bring Bob out. We can launch this right now, actually. I think all the struts are there. I recall ever fixing this. I've been using MechJab to take me up because it's just been easier, but I have to use MechJab to take me. Probably do this. Probably. I do use mech
Oh,
jab.
please fail.
All right, I'll launch it. I do use mech jab for a couple things though, because some of it's just easier for mech jab to maintain than for me to have to go through the process of maintaining
I
it.
haven't used it yet, mostly because I haven't unlocked it yet.
I want to say the
Um,
utilities, once you have mech jab, utilities is like the base one, but it's simple stuff, right? It's like limiting the outside pressure on the vessel. It's like making sure that when it does limit the throttle, you don't go below 5%. Like, don't let acceleration go over 40 meters per second. It's simple stuff that like you're watching when you do a manual flight, but it makes life just a smidge easier when you're doing it, once
yeah,
you
no,
have mech jab available.
100%. It makes it a billion% easier.
All right, go here. I think if I'm not
I'm
mistaken.
just basically just throwing jet fuel at the problem, to be honest. But
It's usually what you do, right? It's like as long as you have, if as long as you can keep your thrust to weight ratio high enough, like you could throw fuel at it and solve a lot of it.
yeah,
The nice thing is, off of Mun, it's not that hard. Like it's not exactly the
right.
most difficult planet to take off from.
I'm just gonna throw more jet fuel at the problem. Whatever. I mean, I have a very nice looking rocket. I might have fucked up some stuff in my flight, to be honest with you. It might not have been the best. Oh, this is going supersonic. This boy is a boy.
Uh-huh.
Boy is fast. When do you usually start your gravity turn?
See, that's awkward. I started this one at like 15,000 meters. So just broke off one of my engines. That's awkward.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Dang.
I did. I'm not gonna
Some sort
stop
of
though.
failure.
Not gonna stop the mission. Because these engines can make up for the lost engine for now.
I think I'm just gonna burn this stage straight up till like 30, dude. I have the fuel. I have the oomph for it.
Yeah, I should have started mine a little later. I forget that with those solid rockets, like, I'm supposed to start it after the outer engines detach. That way I don't run into any issues with, well, what you just saw. The rear engine getting ripped off.
Oh, you lost your main thruster?
I did, but these guys, well, we'll make it work. Let's put it that way.
That's a roughin'.
Make it work. Make it work. We're gonna modify some things here. Keep this prograde real quick. Break those off. Play the shroud. Got fuel in here that we really want to get out, so take this. Rocket fuel. Are these bad
Way up
boys?
there.
There you are.
Or not
Transfer that out. My available fuel bags.
20, 150. 17,
Kick that engine on.
circular S. That'll do. Land 100%. I'll let you know if I get there. But I think this will. It's than it needs, that's for sure. As long as I don't accidentally hit spacebar, I think we're okay.
Ah! As long as I don't accidentally stage this, will be fine.
Definitely done that.
I've done it plenty of times, yeah.
Burn. That's so many rockets firing right there. Why is one draining faster? Do I have these? Ideal. Ideal. Ooh, a 16-second burn. That's a good one.
It'll work. Should work.
That's a doable burn. I can actually support that much fuel. I'm so confident, I'm gonna go ahead and F5. That's how confident I am. So, you know.
Just in case.
A little more. Boom. Stop you right there. That's a good burn. Go around, Rich. Not gonna have enough fuel to get back.
Oh no. was gonna happen.
Fuel? Alright, what am I messing up? It says it has 5,200 delta V.
Wow, how much? 5,200? That's a decent amount. That should get you all the way there.
Yeah.
Well, getting into orbit could be the big one because I know that I'm not very good at getting into orbit in the most fuel efficient manner. And then when you go out to Mun, are you setting up to just for your like entry to Mun to basically land you on Mun, or are you getting into orbit of Mun first?
I prefer to get into orbit first.
Because I know that once as when I go out to Mun, usually I try to set up my entry to essentially land me on Mun, so that way I don't have to do any deorbiting of Mun to start. Saves a lot of fuel because you're basically using Mun's gravity to slow your entry down.
Try to be a little bit more.
Good solo. We have a new lander, bringing it out to Mun. I need to get more science so that I can get a couple of the higher end colonization items and space station items, so I can start building a station around Kerbin to make it a little easier to go out to and from Mun and Minmus, and then further out. But right now the focus is I have 2 more things of science I need to get. So I need to bring out a functional lander because I broke 2 now, and go from there. So that's what our mission is tonight, getting this guy out there. We already had 1 slight snafu during launch. We lost our main engine, but seem to have recovered. I did break 2 landers. Yep, I 100% broke 2 landers. But I left him in orbit, so I brought lander 1. I don't know, what would you call that? A good start, yeah. Well, I've got lander 1 and 2 back in orbit of Kerbin, so the goal is to actually fix them with the Kerbal attachment
Heavy?
system.
Maybe it's
What was that?
heavy. Maybe the thing's too heavy.
So,
So where are you gonna land?
I gotta pick a target on the map right now, so.
Oh, okay.
Midlands is I've already landed. Oh, Southwest Crater. I most certainly have not landed that.
Jab landing.
No, actually, all I'm using MechJab for right now is to get me an idea of where I'm landing, because it tells you the name of the biome. I tried it with my
gotcha.
I tried it with my last lander, and MechJab did not. MechJab didn't do very well. We had issues, so we're gonna forego MechJab's MechJab for this landing here.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up because of the not up to date on the current patch, and whoever does it like very rarely updates it.
Yeah. Landed in the Midland Crater. Southwest Crater. Come on. Ha! We've not landed in the Southwest Crater, though. That's where we're going. Yeah, I tried throttle controlled avionics. There's a lot going on there. So I've just been kind of trying to figure it out on my own a little more, and just dealing with mech jabs, inefficiencies, so to speak. A couple of maneuvers here. Generally works out pretty well. I gotta slow it down though.
I'm gonna head out.
Alright, man.
Yeah,
Take it
dudes.
easy, brother.
See you later.
User disconnected from your channel.
Slow down this orbit just. On that orbit. Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome, Solo. Maneuver node evolved is definitely a nice little tool to have. Or do any more maneuvers. Gotta get rid of the fuel we don't need. Ebediah and Bob. One on the lander. Check all of our supplies real quick. Make sure we didn't miss anything here. At 100. Rocket fuel. Only thing that's low on rocket fuel is here. Everything good. RCS fuel. Only the exterior pods there. Oh, so we're in a good place. We're gonna face this guy, prograde. Valentina's gonna say goodbye to these guys. so these guys. Oh, not that guy. Turn our engines up. Activate. We are doing our thing. Okay. Valentina, while we wait for that to back away, to get you into actual orbit. Actual orbit that doesn't suck. Right. Fine. 4 minutes to execute that node. Execute this next node here. Trying to get Valentina into orbit before we deal with the lander and its little necessities. Adios, land. And I'm going to be here in about an hour. We're going to try to put ourselves in some sort of stable-ish orbit. Okay. That orbit should serve the purpose. And it's in 1 hour and 12 minutes, so this guy is switch to. He has an impact in 1 hour and 23 minutes, so where that happens. Okay. This should be the southwest crater. Let's look at landing guidance to. Okay, pick a place on the map. Southwest crater. Okay. Sure. Target on map. There. Go. We need to do some sort of slowdown maneuver. Say in about 47 minutes. Do a slowdown maneuver here. Hopefully, not do that much. Oh. Hoping. Yeah, we did the straight in for a landing approach. So I did a burn from Kerbal that put us in a direct path to land on Mun to reduce the amount of fuel I needed to actually make the maneuver, right? So I can use Mun's gravity to slow us down and basically take care of a lot of that burnt up Delta V. So right now what I'm looking at is just trying to make maneuvers here to make the lander in a better place, so that way when we can get the actual ship into orbit while also keeping the lander in some sort of order here. Got an hour, 10 minutes. All right. Rename this to Ship 4. And okay. Then this is that. He has a 47-minute burn, so we're gonna go there first. I'll do his burn real quick. Get that out of the way. Rename this vessel. It's a lander, and we're gonna call it the Ship Advanced Lander 1. Actually, 1 lander. Oh. All right, so tell this thing to execute our next node real quick.
User entered your channel.
What's up, ladies?
What up there, Odie?
Hi. Hi.
What are you up to?
Not much. Playing a little Kerbal there, wild thing.
Trying to land a rocket. See how it goes.
So, did you figure out the what you call it? The rover?
No, but I did more research after we spoke, and I'm thinking way too small potatoes. I'm thinking like the NASA version of rovers, where I should be landing like the fire truck version of rovers.
The Cadillac of rovers.
How
More or
how
less.
do you get it up there? Because you already had to have this huge.
No, you
thing
have
on
to
top
build
of
a
it.
ship. You have to build a ship that's essentially all built around the rover, and then you essentially launch the rover up into space, and you tear away the launch
Oh, I see.
vehicle
I see.
for the rover, and then you have to design the rover to be able to land on Mun on its tires with a little bit of like booster assist to keep it going.
Gotcha.
So it's 100% doable. It's just, just takes a lot of effort, I suppose. This next maneuver. So right now what I'm doing is I've got 2 ships. I'm trying to put one back into orbit. And trying to put one ship back into orbit while also monitoring the lander that's coming in on a crash landing course right now. All right, got going on now.
Sorry there, Wild Thing. Don't mean to distract you.
I know you are distracting me. It's okay though. We're in orbit, so now I can switch to this lander and finish my straight landing approach that we've got going on here. I probably have to adjust just this little. I don't think I'm on target for the southwest crater anymore. Okay. Nope. I am not. I'm gonna add a maneuver here. If I get us back in line, my target location, while also slowing down our orbit a little. Perfect. Okay, next node. burn got us closer. We'll add a maneuver here. Become closer to the ground. Try to burn off as much of that excess speed as I've got.
What is DVD's Nick on the Twitches in what you call it in Farmers?
What?
In
Nully.
Farmers.
Nully.
Okay. When I add them, I gotta find how you find the users though. I haven't figured that out yet.
I feel like it's at the bottom of the list in Farmers. Like it shows you all the people in their different ranks. That's what you're looking for.
Ah, yes, thank you.
Right?
Yep. So are you guys gonna play that 2-player only game again tonight?
We don't have to if you don't want. I'd
It's
happily
not bad
play.
watching you though. I'm you know, can't lie. It seems like a fun game.
It's fun. I mean, it's interesting. The one guy's pretty screwed up. Or fighting
yeah, I still
now.
think those are flashbacks. I think he was trying to turn you, and then like that happened before you guys logged off is you got out.
That makes sense. It definitely feels weird because it's like, it's almost like you don't have control over certain aspects of it anymore. You know, like, very interesting. Bob? Oh, don't do that. Alright, whatever. We'll fix it when we're out there. If we're already gonna fix that one, might as well fix this one too. Set these now. Oh, impact in 2 minutes. 45,000 meters and dropping. 4,700 meters to the ground. No pressure.
Don't crash.
Yeah. I hear you, brother. That would be unfortunate. Wheels look backwards. I don't think they are. They just look backwards. Or the landing legs, I mean, they look like they're upside down. So, Deck, we kind of have to do your resistance levels in Far Cry if we're going to get you any unlocked
fine.
weapons.
I can just buy the weapons, the other weapons.
Good point. $800 meters. Reducing vertical speed. $15 seconds in. Shutting down RCS. Ten seconds in. 10 meters per second and dropping. $8 meters per second. Dropping. 5 meters, we're in the safe zone. Reducing thrust ever so slightly. 4 meters per second. 75 meters. Disabling our SAS. 3 meters per second, 5 seconds impact. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh. Oh no, I did it again. Ah. Did it again. Work on this landing thing. This, extend stabilizers, toggle to tether to ground. Toggle tether to ground. Darn it. That is the third time I've crashed into Mun.
Is that rolling?
It was. It was. I once again lost a landing leg. Damn it. I was going way too fast, and like I was trying to adjust it right at the last minute, and I ended up like pushing one side of the ship up, and oh, it's all bad news now.
Can you like add struts to the landing legs or anything?
Well, there's these landing tethers that you can use to like tether yourself to the ground, which is what I just used to stop me from crashing any further than I had already crashed.
Okay.
But like I hit it. I was just going in the wrong direction is what it comes down to. I'm not even sure I can get this thing. I'm not sure I can get this thing back right up. I think I can launch it. I'm just not sure I can get it upright.
You don't have like RCS to turn to like lift up one side?
I probably could do that. I'm gonna see what I can do here. First I gotta retract these stabilizers. Try this with some RCS here. I don't think so. turn it. But I'm not sure that that does anything better for me other than just puts me in a straight line to launch. That's what it does. It puts you in a straight line to launch. But wait a second. On the right side? Oh. Place the ground tether, turn on SAS. Can I roll? Guy up and take me over to the one side here. Perfect. Yeah. Alright, I might not have any landing legs on the thing, and it might have been on its side for a while, but it is once again upright, so whatever. That's the third one I now have to repair. Ay, ay, ay. Such nonsense. Such nonsense that that's what I had to do to get this thing in the right spot.
As long as it worked, it's all that matters, right?
It did. It's just this
Hey,
is the
did you
third.
get it flipped up right? I was
Yes,
paying
as long
attention.
as long as it worked, that's fine.
I flipped it up right, man. I rolled it onto the side where I could use the magnetometer to push the front end, and then I tethered it back to the ground once it came up right. But this will now be the third lander I have in orbit that's now defunct and unable to land back on Mun because I broke it. Not go in. There we go. All right, Bob. I really should have brought spare landing legs for Bob, actually. That would have been pretty smart, huh?
You're not going to kick him outside again, are you?
No. This is
And spin him into space?
No.
Top?
No. None of that nonsense. None of that nonsense. We're going to do a nice, easygoing return to our standard orbit. Don't skip circularizing. Alright, back to orbit. How much? 344? Plenty. Oof. Wow, except for the worst orbit on the planet. River planner. Ew. Chips. Whoa, whoa. Port node execution? What the fart? Oh, great. Alright, well, that was unexpected, and we'll just have to deal with it, I suppose. fix what I just did here. Made the maneuver all sorts of not appropriate. Let's leave it at that. I have like no delta V to fix this though. Okay, I think it turned into a Kerbal rescue mission in a second here. Like slow myself down and not leave orbit? That's totally what just got messed up here. Nope. Alright, well, we'll at a very minimum $337 guy in some sort of orbit around Kerbin so we can send up our rescue mission, because we're gonna have a rescue mission apparently. The maneuver is in 3 hours. Alright, boys. Are you gonna be okay? Yes, you're gonna be okay. So we need to go to
No, help me! Get
this
me
vessel.
out of here!
These guys are like, what just happened? Why do we make such a big course correction? And point at fact the matter is, I can't answer that question. Turn for the moon. The node. That'll do. Execute this, please. I might have to hire another pilot. I don't think I have a third pilot to mount any rescue missions, but we will be today. I'm gonna have like a junkyard of landers around Urban when I am done with all of my MUN attempts here. I already have 2. Now I'll have a third. That's if I can actually save it. Volunteers for pilot duty? Oh, I don't know. The dangerous job, for sure, especially with my mission planning. Oh boy. Alright, that's plenty. Plenty. He's got the next maneuver. We're gonna switch to him real quick. When's this maneuver? 2 hours and 27 minutes? Okay. Space Center. Space Center. We are gonna mount a rescue mission. We're gonna put a vessel up there to at least be able to do some refueling. Probably gonna be a comm vessel. Alright, nope. Astronaut complex. I don't care. Male, female, doesn't matter to me. Bulk hire 1. Hire applicant. What do I got? Mundos. Mundos is my next guy going up. He is going to be, let's see. I think I'm going to send him up in a comm ship so we can at least make a comm mission out of this as well. Ha! Pretty funny. Alright, let's open comm ship 1 up. Comm ship 1 should have all the fuel I need, and if I'm not mistaken, didn't I edit this? I feel like this is not the... Maybe this is comm ship. Comm ship 2? Comm ship 1B, yeah. Made a better one. I put fuel bags on the sides. Make up the difference. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Okay, so this guy's got more than enough. I wonder. Inventory for this guy. I wonder if we could pull this off. Let's see. Landing legs. The Mark II struts. Can I put a Mark II strut under this? How big are these things? Clearly too big to go in. Or it's just nope, too big. So let's see. What if we open those doors? Look for some storage real quick. Portable storage container. Nope. EB. Oh. Can be accessed from inside or EB. That's way too big. Inventory that thing. Oh, that's much bigger. Bet you I could put some legs in this thing. I only put one landing leg in there? Yikes. Landing legs are a lot heavier than I expected. Alright. In the interest of not trying to overwhelm myself, we'll simply make this a rescue mission. What we'll do is we'll add a little extra fuel. I'll picky about it. Of course you would fit in there, you butts. Alright, yeah. Alright, so Bill, then we don't need you because we're not going to try this. We're just going to simply try a rescue mission. This is the get fuel to the ships and get them all in the right orbits so that we can make this all happen mission. Don't need to worry about that. We're going to use ascent guidance on this. We're going to make this one nice, easy. Limit acceleration. Keep it limited throttle. Corrective steering. Circular eyes. Auto stage. Stop at. Stop at stage 7, please. Autopilot and. So we've got a rescue mission coming up. We'll put him in orbit. Fix the lander's orbit so it's not completely out of control because that will be all the fuel it has. Then we'll use the rescue vessel. We'll use the rescue vessel to connect to the lander and put it in a stable orbit around Kerbal. And Ship 4 command module will be able to put itself in a stable orbit around Kerbal. And then basically what we'll end up doing is this guy will detach from the lander and go off onto Lava Land. Oh my god, you guys are non-stop with the messaging in TC.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I thought I disabled it, and it was just like, nope.
Well, you can disable the tone, can't you?
I did. I thought I did.
Seems like you failed at that.
Obviously, I did. There's no play no sounds.
Wrong.
It's weird. Oh, that's why probably. Try again. Send something. Nope, guess not. I had it. Oh. Did I posting to circularization? In there. Why are those even open? Oh, because I totally told it to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man. Darn you, mech jab, and your automatic deploying of solar panels. It's gonna look a little odd for a while. That's not. I, yes. All right, so we'll prograde here. Lights on. Heat 'em. Perfect. All right, you stand by real quick, guys. Orbit, or we're gonna be all sorts of verkackt. When's your next maneuver, buddy? There? Fine. Maneuver planner. Execute next maneuver. All right. We're now officially out of fuel in the sky. We'll. Oh. Out. Out is to the sun. Perfect. Okay, we'll close panels up real quick. Them anymore. Oh, we really didn't even need them down there. This is meant for something entirely different, but whatever. And where? Back that is. Okay. This vessel is in a state of ready for whatever I throw at it. Plenty of monopropellant. Fine. Okay, it's in a the most garbage orbit you could imagine, but whatever. Deal with that in a second. To ship 1B. Rendezvous. Lander, Munlander 3. Start some maneuver plan. So. Match planes with target. Great node. Not on to me. Look at that. Plane is out of this world. To try. When I took off, I should have tried to match the plane to start. But I didn't. Yeah, there's a decent amount of fuel on the ship, so hopefully this will be a pretty straightforward connection to at least get these guys off of the lander if need be. But really, I'm hoping to be able to like put the lander into at least a more reasonable orbit. So we'll find out what that looks like. The other vessel's actually in almost, well, no, it's pretty garbage orbit as well. So a lot of this flight went bad probably from the start with the main engine getting knocked off. Such is life, though. Almost done with this though. Perfect. Relative inclination is under 0 degrees. Next, we're going to change the apoapis. 9 million. Wow. That is a lot. Hmm. What's up, Captain Turtle over on Mixer? How you doing, bud? Oh, thanks for the host on Mixer. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. And now we can just figure out this whole getting my orbit fixed thing. Got a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of messed up, a lot of messed up maneuvers earlier in the night. So now we're trying to account for all of those little mistakes. This is better. Great, but better. Okay. Execute that node now. Alright, maneuver planner, let's go. Let's execute this next node and see what happens. How far away is it? A day? Jeez, burning up supplies left and right here. Everyone has enough food and habitation to not go get cranky. Not get cranky. Oh, the irony if I didn't need this communication ship to do the actual rescue. I think I have a lot better chance of this guy hitting the mark with almost no effort. Away from the target. Closest approach is here in 2 hours. So match velocity with targets. This is approach, create node, execute next node. See what happens here. Might be able to pull this out. To my surprise, shroud is missing. Not drawn properly. Oh well, that doesn't matter much. What am I doing now? Well, this night started with a very simple, I'm going to launch a new lander to Mun and get science. Which eventually turned into, I made a mistake at like the last second of the landing and lost 3 out of the 4 legs on said lander. That was okay, because we got our science and we got off of Mun. But in the process of getting off of Mun and returning to Kerbin's orbit, I was futzing around with one of my maneuver nodes, and MechJab was just kind of like, I'm going to keep burning like crazy. So it kind of put us in some really crazy half-cocked orbit here. So what we're doing right now is we are basically attempting to save the missing vessel, which is right in front of us now, and get back to get the science back to Kerbin so we can upgrade some more bigger, cooler parts for us. So that's what we're doing right now. I even launched a rescue vessel, which actually in hindsight was probably not even necessary because the rescue vessel was in far worse of a position to catch up. So right now we are about to dock with the lander. If we can get the lander and dock with it, we'll probably just get the science off, get the Kerbins off, and leave the lander where it is now. And then the rescue vessel will just basically put it back into a return orbit, return trajectory, because we won't really need it. We're going to speed up just a smidge, get us a little closer to this thing. All right. 75 meters away, we're going to change over to this vessel now. We're going to tell SAS to get us pointing towards the target. Lights on. SAS is lined up perfectly. Great. Back over on this guy. Still lined up on our target. Docking port alignment indicator suggests that we are coming in without issue. Meter per second. 38 meters away. $30 meters away. Slowing down slightly. Probably not necessary, but also don't need to be running in there at full speed. Adjusting the docking port alignment. 10. $15 meters to docking. Increasing speed to 0.5 meters per second. Our final approach, 8 meters, shutting down RCF. And SAS. Sliding it in. 4 meters. 3, 2, docked. Awesome. Alright, first things first. Jebediah. And Bob. Back on our vessel here, guys. Next. Collect all that ooey gooey science. That up. Down all the lights. Got nothing for this ship. Ship is no longer of use right now, so we're gonna decouple from it. Shut down our docking port indicator. Kick RCS on. Back us away from the vessel. Okay. Maneuver Apoapis, which will bring down our Periapis a little. A nice lower orbit of Kerbal. Perfect. Okay. Maneuver Planner. Execute next. Ah, thanks, Captain Turtle. Some of the stuff is pretty straightforward. In the landing on Mun, I've done it enough times. It's kind of silly to make the mistake I made, but such is life, right? Thank you. I was looking into all the colonization stuff from USI. I have those modules, so I was watching a couple videos on it, and it's like so much more complexity to the game than, you know, obviously it's due to the fact that I have the add-ons, but there's a lot more complexity that I want to kind of like delve into, but I need some science stuff taken care of. So my mission now is to get as much science as I can from Mun, and then hopefully start landing on Minmus to wrap up my science. And then the focus will be building a vessel that's large enough to go out to Duna with keeping my Kerbals happy. And then, yeah, see what that all turns into. Alright, we're going to bring this orbit down. Perfect. You know, it's probably could just tell MechJab to make this circularize at Periapis. Node. Execute next. Actually, don't have the node created. Let's get up here to this guy. He's been kind of just hanging out going, well, what do you want me to do with all this Delta V that you brought up here? But his maneuver put us in a kind of a garbage position, so you're probably just going to forego this mission. This mission is probably going to be a scrub. But he has enough food and habitation, so I don't really have to do anything with him until I get the command vessel down with all the science. So we'll do all those maneuvers, and we'll leave this guy, Mundos, here, our new pilot. We'll just have to hang tight a little bit. Oh, I redrew that properly now. Oh, that's right. We have no science on the guy. See, I keep forgetting. Like right now, I would love to just add another maneuver and start messing around with it, but when I do, MechJab gets all confused, and it's like, oh, there's a different maneuver. I'm going to do that one. And so that's what happened to me when I was coming off of Mun, and that's what happened to me with the comm ship. I was trying to make a maneuver, and I did the same thing. So just to remember to be patient. Don't touch anything while we're executing this node. Or abort the node execution and then make the changes, but definitely not while that's running. It's very angry at me. Good. Alright. Let's wrap this flight up real quick so we can get that other guy down, and here we go. We're gonna add a maneuver here, and we're gonna We're about there-ish. A little up. Okay, let's execute that node and wrap up this orbit for these guys. Four minutes. There it is. About to do the maneuver. Perfect. Retrograde. Fast forward until we get to the edge of the atmosphere. Awesome. Edge of the atmosphere now. Going to detach the lower stage. Lower stage detached. Continuing our drop into Kerbal. Jebediah, Valentina, and Bob are living the dream right now. They're like grieving out. Look at them. They're like, "What's up?" God. I want to believe that the day I get to go into space, which will be, of course, when it's commercialized, and who knows when that will be, I can only have this big smile on my face, just chilling, having a good time. I want to be the I want to be a green guy. Heck yeah, man. Might have been a little shoot heavy, but I like to make sure that my vessels land without ripping themselves apart. Excess, yes, but it's okay. Just do it for science. We live in the world of Star Trek universe, right? Where money is of no object. I want to have a VR space mission fail. Oh man, if I could afford VR, I would own VR. I think it'd be pretty cool, but still pretty expensive. I mean, the price is coming down, but
It's a lot of fun.
you have it for what? Car driving, Odie?
It's fantastic for car driving.
What do you have? What's the gear you got?
Project Cars 2 with a full like cockpit setup.
No, do you have Vive, Oculus?
Oh, yeah, I have the Vive.
Vive. Yeah, it looks like pretty cool. They just came out with Skyrim for VR, and I like loved Skyrim, and like I won't lie, I'm reading some of the reviews, and I'm like, wow, so close.
It's really interesting to play it and play anything in VR.
Well, my wife asked me, she's like, well, what do you want for your anniversary gift, right? And I was tempted to be like, a VR headset.
Well, be careful if you're thinking about the Vive, because the new one's out, given it's more resolution, but it does not come with any of the base stations that the one comes with.
Gotcha. Well,
but the Oculus is pretty good though, too.
We'll see what happens. No
You
firm
get
commitment.
the whatchamacallit stuff that Microsoft and the other ones came out with. What's it called?
Yeah, they came out with a virtual headset too, or some gear.
Yeah, it's something. Forgot the name of it.
I don't remember the
But-
name, but I know that like Skyrim VR supports it. That's why I was like, oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
They
Like,
work too. They have the what you call it's in the headset, so they don't need base stations to follow it. Because the Vibe, the base stations shoot IR at the headset, and the
Okay.
headset picks it up to know where it is in space.
and
That's
what
how
is
that works.
and how does Microsoft does it so it's using IR from the headset to triangulate?
No,
like,
they have what you call it on it. The stuff that you have like in your cell phone that tells you tilt and everything. I forgot what it's called.
gyroscopes.
Yeah, it's got a gyroscope and a headset.
Oh, that's cool. It's a neat
That
idea.
kind of stuff.
All right, well, our first mission or our rescue mission, well, yielded 525 science, which is absolutely awesome. Now we've got to go land the rescue mission that ended up being pointless. Ah, well. I had a rover here. I've named it Mun Rover 1 Lost, as in it will never be coming back unless I land on Mun and like disassemble it. Roger that, Captain Turtle. We'll be right here. All right, let's get this guy back. This poor guy is like, seriously, dude? All right, for Periapis. Fuel by wonder, is there any way? I don't think there's any way I can do it. Don't fail, good luck. Awesome. I change my inclination. I can fix this slightly. I don't know. I'd be fixing my inclination here, and then I'd be adding maneuver here that basically said circularize this orbit. Say theoretically I can pull that off. That's 200 plus another. No, not gonna happen. So change Apoapis, next Periapis, create node, execute next node. Okay, we're just gonna land this guy. Whole mission was needless. Yeah, the VR looks cool. I'm very, very tempted. I'm very tempted. It seems like it's a pretty neat idea, and they're coming out with more games that support it. Seems pretty neat.
Yeah, Steam's got a lot of it too.
Orbit burn, quick. Oh, that's weird. Shroud for these devices. The heat shield's all sorts of messed up. you go retrograde? No electric supply. Okay, turn RCS on. Good. Oh, because I'm already facing retrograde. Yeah, you big dummy. Uh-oh. Bigger vessel slowing the smaller vessel down. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. But I feel like this is going to go horribly wrong because I let the big vessel run into me. Couldn't just... Okay. Woof. Adios, muchacho. Oh, this one was an old design. I even totally forgot I had 6 shoots in this thing. Like shoots to the max. More science. Alright, this guy is doing his something right next to him. Sure. What are you up to, Jack?
Nothing.
Now that I'm done saving all of my Kerbals from certain doom. Ay ay ay. That's silly. Got all this good science now. I'm not even sure what to use it on. Because this would be really cool. The bigger wheels for the bigger rovers. More science. An extractor to extract stuff. If I use that. Automation would give me pretty cool stuff. Actually, unmanned would give me auto docking and rendezvousing from mech jab, which, not gonna lie, makes life a lot easier. Heavy rockets, just like the big mammer jammers. 550 though, that leaves us with 100 and change. Like we'd have to pick something much smaller for their vessel. I was thinking about composites. Advanced metalworks, large volume and containment. One of these has metamaterials, isn't it? I need 850. A little more science. I actually have to do another MUN mission to get metamaterials, so I can start building my space station. But composites wouldn't hurt. The inline docking clamp would be nice. micro goo containment pod, which I think is serious goo, but in a newer format, easier to access. Well, give me 1 second. I will be right back, and then we'll make that choice. Alright, I am back. So, do I do anything here, or do I simply go out and get more? Iron's full. Just in time. I'm gonna redo this Mun mission. I think we're gonna redo this Mun mission and we're not gonna fail this time. That's what I'm thinking. First things first, we gotta fix a couple things here in this launcher, because I should go with the heavies. Make a life a lot easier. Yeah. Yep. Alright, let's look at the ship one's the lower stage here. It's kind of our escape vehicle. Don't mind these struts, they're not there perfectly. The escape vehicle's got a decent amount of Delta V on it. How would I make it better though? The only way I can make it better is if I was to stage more fuel rockets. Maybe even get rid of the solid rockets and stage liquid fuel. I mean, it could be done. It'd be excessive, to say the least, but it could be done. And I'm wondering here, like, the couplers do the job, but I gotta watch out when I'm in my orbital turn, otherwise these things are like death traps waiting to happen. Don't leave me hanging, turtle. You got vanilla ice cream and what? A Hot Pocket. Damn, I am jealous. Man, I want Hot Pockets. You like me a good Hot Pocket. Look at these. This thing generates nearly 1,600 kilotons. 1,600,000 newtons of thrust. This thing generates 2,000. It's a better engine. and it can be peeled away when we're launching. Yes, what's the flavor of Hot Pocket? I can only imagine. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Turtle, this is our launch. This is the launch vehicle that we're going to be using, but we're going to be upgrading it, I think, to make it a little more robust. Ham and cheese. They're revisiting. We're revisiting all of our staging here. My favorite flavor, Owen House. Kids are doing good, man. Thanks for asking. Thing. Excessive. But Kerbal, it's all supposed to be excessive, so we got to keep going with it. And getting those even is going to be a pain in the rear end. It's already wrong. That's better. Okay, so we're going to put all these engines in at the same time. We'll just control its burn through other measures. Same thing. Everything else. Same thing we do with everything else. Where's the fuel lines here? Yeah, I don't think NASA's making a rocket like this anytime soon. So that would be pretty neat, huh? I do something like that. Something like that. Then we'll stage these two. Come off. Followed by these two, followed by these two. Followed by those two. That's a lot more delta V in there now. Fuel. Add these bad boys. Fuel caps. And we're gonna add, where are they? Yeah. So let's see. Advanced Lifter 1 is what we call this guy. Who knows if it's gonna do what I need it to do, but we're gonna give it a try here, aren't we? Okay. Launch stabilizers. Boop. Boop. Probably want struts. What's your favorite movie? I meant to say, what's my favorite Disney movie? Well, that's easy. Star Wars. You probably meant like non-Star Wars-esque movie, but I do like my Star Wars. I don't know. I guess I like Moana a lot. Seems to be an interesting movie, and my kids like it, so naturally, by the fact of parenting, I must like it because I watch it now. Like the Cars movies, like the Toy Story movies, I think they're all pretty cool. You know, and then I'm a diehard for Little Mermaid. 3, 2, 1. Odie says something dumb. No, maybe not. All right. This is our new advanced lifter. Awesome. Now, continue. Let's go to the midsection because we gotta fix this now.
User disconnected from your channel.
Uh-oh. User has disconnected from the channel.
User entered your channel.
Is this thing working?
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, so
I
I
can't hear Wild Thing. He's talking on the stream, but not
Oh.
on here.
He's probably got us
Oh.
muted, so he doesn't hear it anymore.
No, it wasn't muted. It wasn't
Oh,
muted.
yeah,
The
'cause
boom
I'm
the
like,
boom
'cause
was
you
all
wanted a
twitchy.
response from me, and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, Captain Turtle, I started streaming on Twitch, and then Deckhead suggested also streaming to Mixer at the same time, so I used Restream to stream to both. So Twitch has got a huge population of games and streamers, probably bigger than Mixer just because of its age and its connections with big games like Fortnite and whatnot. So, but yeah, you should check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. And evening, Nikki, how's it going over there on Twitch? Yeah, I can link the I think it's in my profile already, to be honest with you, but I can also link it in chat here. That's the Twitch link. Okay, so I was working on this bad boy, and I had to fix a couple things real quick, because it sucks. Actually, I don't think I need to change anything up. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Aren't you guys? Oh, wait, it's 11. How did the raid go tonight? Were you at the raid? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Twitch can sometimes be blocked. Mixer is not as mainstream of a platform, I would argue. Not yet, at least. 5 bosses, not bad. What's the propellant? Just liquid fuel. Oh, this is a nuclear engine. That's pretty neat. Got here. I'm using this thing. 340 in a vacuum with 600 thrust. I need something bigger.
You sure do.
God, you're horrible. Might be good. Are these 3? No, these are 5s. Yeah, I might do nuclear for my orbiter stage as soon as I get up there. Right now, I'm just trying to find. These might actually work. I'm trying to find rockets that can complement this stage's rockets to help with its thrust to weight ratio, because its thrust to weight ratio it's garbage. So it takes forever for it to move anything anywhere, and that's just not working for me. This works a lot better. In fact, what I'm thinking too is I might actually put it goes boom, yeah. I might actually put some of these fuel bags and intentionally fill these fuel bags up. Yeah, I like that. That works good. Yep, I think that's. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that like eats my thrust to weight ratio down. Nope, can't do that. So we won't do that. We'll just leave it as the 4 extra bags. That gives us a lot more delta V. Okay, so this is advanced. Other one, advanced lifter, I think. Oh. Advance. Middle. The name sounds completely contrived, and I'm not really sure I was going with it, but whatever, it works. So I got advanced lifter 1 and the advanced middle 1. Those two combine with whatever my payload is. So, payload was we did ship 4. I'll load that in real quick. That was this lander with this vessel. This lander had some serious issues. Possibly due to my own failure to execute.
No, don't sell yourself short.
Oh, it was totally due to my own failure to execute, man. I know it. You know it. We all know it.
You know, they have things that can
Stop it.
help with that.
Nope.
What? I didn't.
Nope.
I didn't.
Nope.
Talk about like Excedrin or something.
Excedrin. Piece of work, man. Alright, so this thing is this engine real quick. This guy is 412. What if I this guy and I put this one in? That is nothing. What does it use? Liquid fuel is its input. Oh, it's just not as strong as this guy, that's why. Not gonna work. Doesn't have enough thrust to generate what I need to do the job. Double check why. ISP is great. Its thrust is garbage. Yeah, work. $375 versus 240. The vacuum. Why? ISP and this vacuum engine 800, but it's only 240. Rust. Look at this. Outside the atmosphere.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, I can't. It's just a worthless engine at this stage. I need a better engine is what I need. I don't have that
Right
yet.
back.
Okay.
I've been in Twitch for a few minutes. Right back.
So this works to a degree. We got the fuel bags here. It actually did a good job. It wasn't a bad vessel. Neither was this. It was just a set of unfortunate circumstances occurred. Save that. The advanced orbiter too. That bad boy up. How do I make this guy more fuel efficient? If I use nuclear engines. Efficient. Down to that guy's the most efficient engine. 412. For what I get. 412 and 375. I would need 2 of these engines to make up the difference. One engine there is a lot of commitment. Oh, the Sky Crane. Always a big fan of that thing. Are these? Where are these? Where are these? Yeah, I don't think I can make a change that would be... I just don't think I can make a change that would be worthwhile enough. I think the change would just be for change's sake. That's what it comes down to. The only thing I could do here is maybe put more fuel on this. I did put more fuel on the lower sections. And maybe what I do is do this. 2 in here. In the event that we wanted to have that fuel there, we can. Not this, we got this. Call this 2B. Hey, Sir Turtle, how's it going? Or should I say Captain Turtle for Mixer? I guess you found me. Advanced Orbiter. advanced lander. Bonehead. So with this advanced lander, the question is, what if I changed rockets so they're so big it would be impossible to like land this thing properly? I don't think I should make a single change. I think I should just not crash it. That's what I think. Do you have a follow this for Twitch? Yeah, up at the top of the Twitch stream there should be a little follow button. It's either gonna say follow or it might be like a little heart thing. No, it should just say follow up at the top. It lets you follow and then also get notifications when I go live if you want. But it is right at the top of the Twitch screen, like top right hand corner when you have full screen. And there you go. Thanks for the follow, Sir Turtle. I mean Captain Turtle. I mean the turtle. Yeah, I do. It should have showed up on the screen once you followed. It says it shows the new follower name that popped up. I'm gonna update my overlay eventually and just show like recent followers and whatnot. But for now, I try to keep the overlay as clean as I can for the game and any other kind of like odds and incidentals. Got it. Makes sense. Alright. Merge this with the advanced lander one. Remove the shroud because we don't need that. Is this ship 5 or 6? I think it's ship 5. Or ship 5. Yes. Perfect. This is ship 5's payload. Alright. That makes sense. That. I'm going to start merging, save and continue. Now we're going to start merging the parts I just modified. So advanced lift middle, we're going to merge that in. And we are going to use a back to coupler. Out the shroud. Throw payload in there. Perfect. Better. Bearing out. Save this for ship 5 final. You want me to chat on your Twitch or can I chat here? You know what? You're more than welcome to chat, whichever one makes you happy, brother. I see both the Twitch chats and the and Mixer chats in the same place, though. I'm sure Twitch watchers will be confused, but vice versa. But if if you like Mixer, stay on Mixer, man. Like it's all good for me. I'll respond to either, best I can. All right, so now we're gonna merge in the lower stage that we just built, the advanced lifter one. Got here. Seems like the struts worked out pretty well. I probably have to put struts though here. Can't imagine I'm getting away with bloody murder. Getting away without some struts center section. Those are tight, but they'll work. Shut this up real quick. Oh yeah, no, that's no good. Definitely stay on Mixer, man. I couldn't imagine having a chat with a controller. That would be for the birds.
I think you need more rockets.
Don't I? You know, I'm just not sure yet, Odie.
I don't think that's enough.
I like where your head's at. You're right. I should go bigger, right? Like,
Bigger is always better. Jesus, man, how many do you have there?
I got a couple, you know. Things built for performance. This is a performance vehicle. All my stagings are messed up in the rear end. All these stages in the right spot. All right. See what we got here. Let's see how this is gonna work. Those go off. Those go off. Those goes off. Those go off. That goes off. All that. Then these guys. Oh. These guys peel away. Those guys peel away. Those guys peel away.
I think you should do one more rocket on each
These
side.
guys peel away. Then where is it? That stage. That guy peels away. And then all these engines kick on. Those peel away. Then that peels away. And okay, so Jesus.
Yes, my son?
Yeah. We're about to find out how this all goes.
Just
Got-
send it.
Got the thrust to weight ratio to do it, so we are gonna send it. Read this. Is your all right. Valentina, Jebediah, and Bob will be going on this mission once
Not
again.
Bob again.
Bob's our only scientist right now. Bob's got
That poor guy, man.
yeah. Bob, we work Bob to the bone. Bob's got a really.
Torment him.
I do. I beat him like a brother-in-law. Wait a second. Oh man, who knows what's about to happen here, man. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. I feel like I should just let MechJab do this, huh? Bob
There's
is
just
so-
a lot going on. I mean, a lot going on.
You like it? Well, you know what? I'm gonna let this thing stage on its own, and I can then that way we can watch it go up together, and watch it blow up together. Okay.
Sure.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Right now, MechJab is controlling pretty much all of the rocket's control systems to ensure that we don't like put too much pressure on the outside, because the more pressure, the more fuel we use to get into orbit. So we're just cutting through the air too quickly. So hopefully, it will do a lot of the corrective steering that I can sometimes struggle to do.
Is it going to start wobbling around soon?
I don't think so.
Or do you have enough struts on it?
I have a lot of struts on it. This thing is not going to wobble like you would normally see. And the front end is not quite as heavy as it could be. Like the center of gravity is a lot.
It still looks tip heavy.
It is tip heavy. It is. But once we break out of the atmosphere, that won't be as big of a deal. You see, it's kind of like struggling right now to stay in line. Okay. Burning through fuel like a monster.
Gee, I wonder why.
See, we're getting there.
How's Bob doing?
He's great. Bob's loving it. He's doing a little dance, little happy dance in his in his seat right there. 1700. Holy poop. Lot into stage 5 for sure. Oh, but that's okay. That's expected. Actually, that's really good. I'm gonna deploy that. Don't auto deploy antennas though. Don't do that. Don't auto deploy antennas. Don't auto deploy solar panels. Pain in my rear end. Things are all sticking out all over random places because mech jab. I'm going to play some Battlefront Star Wars. Yeah. Battlefront. Is it the new one? Battlefront 2? We should have got that game. Probably would have been fun.
Probably would have been fun.
If we didn't pot commit to Call of Duty.
Yeah. Which we
Oh,
don't play.
1 was a lot of fun. Yeah, I know, and we own the DLC. We should just play it.
But it's only for the Xbox.
Oh. Don't worry about that. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Oh, it's because the back end's so heavy and I didn't make up
It's
for
wobbling.
it. Yep. Yeah, I know why. Gotta shut down some of the reaction wheels. Doesn't have like the back end is too heavy, so it's trying to make up for the fact that I don't have enough reaction wheels on the back end by spinning them faster on the front end, which generates that like weird wobbly effect.
So you gotta make it stiffer.
What I need to do is put what I really need to do is put another set of reaction wheels lower on the ship to help it turn more. So, other than your messed up
What?
version of what I should do.
What? Say anything.
Yeehaw! It's working. Could
Yes,
this
it
have been a
is.
better launch? Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It could have been worse.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, could have crashed.
Could have crashed. You're right, I could have crashed.
At least the tip's not wobbling around again. Looks pretty good though.
It's in a lot better place now because what I did is I shut down the wheel authority, which means they can't be used at all. I can bring it back up now because that back end came off, and so now the center of gravity is a lot more accurate. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Mun, here we come. Oil pipe, I don't need to do that. Right? Favor planner. I'm gonna create a transfer node. Target. Create a node. Where is this gonna put us? I want to get on the top of Mun, but I'm not sure I can pull that one off quite as easy. Hope. You know what? For now, we execute the node this way, and we'll deal with it later. Let's see. Fuel balancer. Yeah, man, I need some water. Where's mine? Water does the body good. All right. This to the maneuver, please. What's my favorite game? I'm not sure I have like a favorite game. I mean, I like space games, and I like 4X turn-based strategy games like Stellaris and Endless Space 2, Master of Orion, stuff like that. I like games where creation's a thing, right? Like I like this game because there's a lot of creation associated with it. So I don't know if I have a favorite game. At least not anymore. It's WoW. Definitely not WoW.
All right, I think I'm gonna go watch some TV and then go to bed. So have fun with your rocket ship. Hopefully it lands successfully.
Thanks, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
I'll see.
Bye.
User disconnected from your channel.
Yeah, I heard the Fallout series is pretty good. I like Skyrim. I like Elder Scrolls. I think the series is fun, personally. I am very close to bringing up another Skyrim run through with top difficulty and all of the add-ons from the start. Played it when it first came out, but I haven't played like Dawn Guard or any of the other like DLC. So I don't know. We'll see. Night person in the background? Yeah, that was Odie. He's heading off to watch some TV. Deck might be back. I don't know if we're sure we're going to play Far Cry tonight, though. 'Cause it's kind of getting late already. Very much just enjoying launching rockets. For the Fallout series or for... Oh, for Skyrim? Yeah, so I really do want to play Skyrim. I've been thinking about it a lot, even when the VR came out. Though I don't have VR, but I'm not sure that that really matters, to be honest with you. I think I just want to play it and have fun with it. Yeah, I heard Fallout's a pretty good game. I don't think I've ever played anything in the Fallout series, though. Pretty sure I'd remember. At least I'd hope I'd remember.
I have returned.
What's up, Dick?
Yes, what do you want? Sleep?
Yes, he went to go watch TV. I'm attempting another science mission to Mun
Ooh.
because I don't want to crash again. I want to land because
Oh,
I
you
know
don't
I
want to
can.
land successfully, not roll it over and bust your legs
I
off?
know I can land successfully, and that's the
Well,
agitating part.
you need a flat area to land. I mean, you gotta stop landing on a
I had that
an
one. I was just
incline.
messing around. My horizontal speed was like millimeters, and for some reason I was like, I have to change it. Like I don't know why I was so hell bent in making the change.
Did you get the tethers yet, so you can like?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that'll help. If you get once you get in a position where you can activate those, they'll right you up pretty good and hold you in position.
All right. Far side crater. I feel like I've already landed on that crater. Canyons. God, that's just like. Captain Turtle on Mixer says hi, Dick.
Hey.
Oh, the polar crater. God, that would be like money right there. That would be money right there. Question is, can I make this maneuver change? All right, the question is do I make this maneuver change with this guy, or do I just make it with the lander that has plenty of engines to do it? And this guy, problem is this guy should make one maneuver change. How much it would cost to do it? It wouldn't cost much. We could do it. Captain Turtle wants to know your favorite game. His is Fallout.
Um, Favorite game? I'm really digging the Far Cry right now. I mean, that's a lot of fun. I do like WoW, right? Like that's another game that I like playing a lot. I haven't done any of the Fallout though. They look good though. I've watched videos on them, but I just never played them.
Far Cry, I've heard is fun, but haven't played it yet. Yeah, it's a good time, man. We had a lot of fun with it. We were gonna play it tonight, but I got sidetracked with Kerbal. Now it's kind of getting late. Why are there so many lines? Well, it's trying to. It was in the middle of doing an orbit here, doing a maneuver here, so it was recalculating like where my ship would be as the orbit was changing. But as you can see, those kind of went away. These green lines are communications because we have comms turned on, so you need to have like a communication link back to Kerbin. In this case, I have satellite communication satellites to do the trick for me. All right, so I need to basically add a maneuver here to bring myself into some sort of consistency while slowing down and while not crashing. Actually, why don't we circularize at an altitude of, say, 250,000 kilometers. Create that node. What does that look like? Works. 2 hours away. Remove that node for a second, though. Okay. Cool. Still got to deal with that guy. So I'm thinking maybe we just jettison this guy now. We just really don't need him anymore. Draw all that out. Perfect. Okay. Do some crew transfers here. Jebediah. Bob. Perfect. Okay, stabilize this. Planet. Put us in prograde. From here, undock. Rename this vessel to Ship 5 Command. Click on RCS. Back us away slowly. Okay, next one. Rename this guy to Mun Lander 4. Ugh. or previous Moonlanders. Okay. Landing guidance and maneuver plans. I think we want to go to the polar crater, right? I don't know. Let's see. How close are we gonna get? Right there. Say there. Okay. So now we need to add a maneuver. Slow us down. And also keep us with enough distance to get where we need to go. There's nothing in. Okay, well, duh. Let's see. Control from here. Go retrograde. Oh, orbit. Done. Okay. Current predictions are in the Highlands. So show landing predictions, okay? So we need to go and add a maneuver. The 1 hour mark. Close enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna slow our orbit down, and we're gonna execute. Oh gosh, it's not gonna execute that node quite yet. Because those aren't on. Now execute them. Okay. Okay. Impact here is 1 hour 52 minutes. Okay. Where's the command ship? Switch to that. Okay, we're gonna create a node here to circularize. Create node. It's 54 minutes away and will take 30 seconds to burn, which is leaving us about a little under an hour to deal with the lander. Haha. Good man. Oh, we're gonna execute. Wait a second. Should we really execute this node? Hold on. A lot of delta V to get burnt up. Oh, it's fine. Just execute the node. finish that next. Get this lander on the ground. Do I not have electric charge? Oh my lord, oh my, I don't have electric charge. How did that happen? Oh no. Ay, that was embarrassing. Ran out of electric charge and couldn't do what it needed to do. I am about to land. Well, at least that's what's part of the plan. Grade to surface speed. Check our science. We are going to have some science to do real quick. This. That. EA with Bob. Get our EVA report. Bob back in the vessel. Disable science information here. Go to surface information. Don't need that anymore. We are going to start slowing down our descent, looks like. Any minute. Where are we? I think we're in a good place. Start slowing this descent down. Sending stabilizers as well. Stabilizers extended. Continuing our descent. I hope so. Getting old, blowing up our lanterns. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm waiting to see it again.
I know you are. Work. Impact in 30 seconds. Trying to slow our vertical descent here. Twenty seconds. What? Come on with that. Oh, tethered to the ground. That was a great landing. That should not have happened. Oh, that's unfortunate. But it's okay. It's not the end of the world. We only lost... You see that? I barely hit the ground on that one.
You were
But
coming in at 3 meters per second, though.
it's supposed to handle up to 5. But that's okay. Don't have time to complain about that because we don't have direct sunlight. So we're gonna kill the lights. Thank God I had the stabilizers to tether this darn thing to the ground. It's alright. I am landed. And this time I only lost one leg. I really have to work on these landers, though, because these legs just popping off like I couldn't believe. But I don't have a lot of time to worry about that because I've got to, I gotta do some science before I run out of electricity here. It's like I was just getting a hair, like I'm like a half a meter per second going too fast. Very unfortunate. Perfect. Okay. Bob, an EVA report? Surface samples? Wow, that's huge surface samples. Bob will board again. Okay. Now, need to get off this planet. I'm going to do ascent guidance on this one. Shooting for 200,000 kilometers at an orbital inclination of 102 degrees. Prevent overheat. None of that stuff matters. My next mission will be to repair all of these landers that are in space. It's gotta be. Gunny Steve, nothing much, man. How you doing? What's up in the world of things? We're just finishing a mission to Mun, where my 4th lander had better success than the previous 2 landers, but still lost a leg due to like a half meter per second. Unfortunate vertical drop. But that's okay. Tomorrow will probably be our mission to repair the 4 landers we now have in space. Watching my wife try to build rockets. Do you like building the rockets? They are quite fun. You're in orbit. Target. Start some docking, shall we? Match planes with the target first. How long have you played this game? How long have you played this game? Gunny asked from Twitch. Let's see. According to Steam, I have played. Let's see. What does Steam have to say about all this? I've played 362 hours. Mamma mia, that's a lot of hours. 362 hours. I know what you should build in KSP. Ask Wailing Belt from Mixer. What's that, buddy? What should I build? Okay. Now. Favorite Apoapis. Give it. Aging with you guys ever so slightly. Perfect. Next node. Starting a procedure to get closer to command module, which actually has less fuel than the lander. Build the Falcon Heavy with a Tesla Roadster inside. So I can put the Tesla Roadster in orbit. See what happens to it. Like parking for aliens. In case you were wondering, we have this really sweet car for you. Just in case you wanted to land. Then send it to Duna. Soon enough, right? Soon enough we'll be catching up to Duna. Alright, this guy is going faster than that guy, so he's going to catch up pretty quick. We got more than enough supplies, so we're going to give him a chance to catch up a little. Boop. In fact, outrun you. Almost. Probably gonna outrun you here. So add a maneuver here. I'm gonna start slowing down our I don't think we're gonna pass him. I think we can do one more orbit before we have to worry about it. Okay, now we definitely got it. So oh. To make that work. 5.9. 4.5. 5.7. Get up a little. 3.6. A little bit more. 1.5. Dare I go higher? 0.7 kilometers. Could I get even higher? No. 0.4. 0.4 kilometers. I have a second suggestion. What's that? Anymore. Do not need that information anymore. Relative inclination is under 0 degrees. Build some casual bongos that have sour. What? Okay. Match velocities at closest approach. Perfect. And execute. Oh wow. Gunny Steve, and thank you very much for the follow. Eric Tile, again, thank you for the follow on Twitter, Twitter, jeez. On Twitch, thank you very much. Wailing Bait, Belt, thank you for the follow on Mixer. I appreciate all that, guys, and the hosting. That's even more awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All sorts of ooey gooeyness jumping on my stream here, huh? That's great. Thank you. I really appreciate that, guys. That's awesome. Where is this target? Oh, okay. I guess things are happening now. Let's make this a thing, shall we? So we are going to actually use our primary thrusters to get us closer. We are kind of far away from this guy. Oh wow, we will be at 0 kilometers of the target in 2 minutes and 44 seconds, though we will speed it up just a touch. In fact, I'll do that right now. Not too fast though. I want to crush it. Probably 100 meters, we're going to start RCS slowdown just to get us in a better place here. Actually, we're going to do it sooner because I'm getting all nervous. Okay, RCS slowdown. Perfect. Down to 1 meter per second. Bring up our, don't need that anymore, that's for sure. Docking port alignment up. I kind of thought that was the case. All right, so control from here. Set as target. SAS. Maneuver to target. There we go. Docking port alignment suggests we are right on the money. Okay, we're going to go back to guy. Roll from here. Shut down RCS and make sure we're positioned to target. Dude, we got new Wi-Fi and it actually works. Nice, man. It's good to hear. Are you talking about like in your home? Or are you talking about like your place of work, school? Where'd you get new Wi-Fi? I mean, anywhere where it starts to work when it's not working is the best thing ever, right? Okay. 60 meters from the target. We are 1 meter per second on the target right now. Okay. 45 meters. Closing. 40 meters. I can dock, I just can't freaking land the damn. Alignment. Alignment looks good. Oh, nice. Down to 0.5 meters per second. 15 meters to target. Meters. All right, target acquired. Yay. So let's transfer our crew out. Jebediah, Bob. You will collect all their science real quick. 13 experiments, nice. That's service bay. All right. I don't think I'm going to bring this lander back, though. I think I'm going to leave it in orbit of Mun because, okay, let's see. For those of you who haven't watched the previous episodes, I've got Munlander 1 and Munlander 2 in a low orbit around Kerbal. Both have lost most of their landing legs. Munlander 3, which happened earlier to the night, lost two of its landing legs, or 3 of its landing legs. Again, just not paying attention during the descent. And then now Munlander 4 is missing 1 of its lander legs. So the mission is either one of 2 things. It's either A, just scrap all of these and bring the landers back up again and just stop dealing with it in this sense, or leave them in orbit and then attempt to repair them to use some of the Kerbal attachment add-on stuff that I haven't really used. So we are actually going to leave these guys in orbit for now, and we are going to come back. We're going to come back to them. So right now we've got, let's see, Delta V do we got in this bad boy? Just out here. Not enough, that's for sure. So I'm not sure. This might actually just be because these aren't cross-fed properly. Let's see. Rocket fuel. Perfect. Oh, that's enough. Awesome. We're going to take these and we're going to output those as well. Actually, I'm not really sure there's any benefit to leaving fuel on these vessels at all, to be honest with you. Not that I need 1800 meters per second, but you know what? I don't not need it either. So we're gonna undock from here. We're gonna control it from here. Oh, that's a lot. All right, whatever. You know what? We'll deal with that later. First things first, have to fix our orbit. Otherwise, we're gonna be all sorts of wonky here. So we're gonna set our orbital inclination to 0 degrees. which is a fairly sizable maneuver, but it will solve. Let's see. Check one thing quick. See what Mech Jab has to say about my return from Moon in this angle. I mean, it's going to yell at me. It's going to tell me that I'm absolutely out of my Bojangles mind to do it, but it's 225, and it gets me at least in the neighborhood of a better orbit, right? And then I can always make adjustments from there. So we're going to execute that node, and we're going to get out of orbit here of Mun with our science. This is all about science right now. All of these vessels are great, but all these vessels are kind of like placeholders for my end science stuff, like nuclear engines, better thrusters, better fuel tanks, better landing vehicle. I want to work on this lander a little more. I think I could do better with with the lander. I think I could do better with the lander. I think I could land the lander if I was just not quite as touchy with all of the with the maneuvers, but we'll work on that. So right now we're leaving Munlander 4 behind. Adios, Munlander 4. Arrivederci. And we are making our maneuver to get back to Kerbin here and wrap this flight up with another. Oh, geez, I don't know. Probably be another 400 science at least. And that's gonna be enough for some big stuff. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna add a maneuver here. Zappo Apis. We're going to. Don't need to straighten this orbit out, other than just slow us down a little. You know, I'm gonna do this a little differently here. It's 226. Oh. 116. 107. 97. I like it. Here. Come on, get us at his orbit here. Okay. Next maneuver, we're gonna bring our periapis down under 100 meters, 100,000 meters, and then we will come down to the lower end of our orbit, and we'll hit the brakes. Huge hit to the brakes for 13 million meters. 13 million meters high, so we need to slow down a substantial amount, or we're just gonna burn up in the atmosphere when we hit it. Perfect. Dummy. Ariapis. Now we're just hitting the brakes, slowing ourselves down so we can get down onto Kerbal nice and peacefully. Too much wear and tear on the vessel. Still bummed out that I messed up that lander again, though. That's a bummer. I'm gonna have to go out there and fix it. That's just what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna build a vessel that's just for fueling and repairing. Go repair the lander and try again. I think that's the best option. We use our Kerbal attachment system plugin. Get to play around with that a little. Perfect. Periapis. Create a node. Down. Perfect. Execute next node. Let's land. Let's bring her in for a landing, shall we? I really need to make a reusable vessel, something that I can land and then bring back up and land. Watching a video of a guy who was doing a colonization from USI, and he had a pretty good setup of ships. You know, I clearly put a lot of time into the development of this orbital vessel, because it just did a really good job of like doing going where it needed to go, and it had a lot of vessels to go up and down there. And then I guess like he used mining to pick up resources to make more fuel. So my ultimate goal. But I don't get to play Kerbal every day. At some point we have other games we have to play, like Far Cry. So it's not happening tonight. It'd be nice if it happened. But you know, sleep, work, the little things. Yeah. Alright, so we're in a good place now. We're in retrograde orbit. We're holding retrograde. Orbit is suborbital, and we are just gonna think, because we're gonna break the stage now. That way this thing falls away a little quicker. So when we do our actual like orbital reentry, we don't have that thing like pushing up on our heat shield while it's burning up in the atmosphere. And away we go. All right. It's safely down on the ground. And yes, for all of you that are watching, there's an excessive amount of parachute. Just the way it is. Got built that way. I really didn't want to adjust the parachutes anymore. I was like, you know what? It does the job. Survive a water landing. Most likely survive a landing on the land. And no one gets hurt in the process. So, and since It cost me anything for multiple parachutes, we just go that route. So let's see where we ended up here with our little science mission. Nice. 487. There it is. That's 2 big upgrades right there. What that ends up being is tough to say, because we kind of need metamaterials if we want to build a starbase, because we really want this multi-point connector. That would be pretty awesome. But we'd be investing a lot of money just to get that. The other option is heavy rockets, which would be awesome, because that'd be like building my final lifter in all of its like super cool awesomeness. That's like some nuclear engines to play with and stuff like that. Large volume containment, high performance fuel systems are another one we could do. So I'm not sure we really need these high performance ones. Might want them. Or we look at science. High power electronics, specialized electronics, automation, unmanned tech, which will give us automated rendezvous and docking, which honestly I should have just done. Not sure what possessed me not to let Mech Jab land my damn vessel before, but whatever. Let's not get into that. Scanning tech, advanced science here. I think we're ready for this stuff, personally. Advanced motors, better wheels for the rovers that we can't really get working quite yet. Or we look at some supersonic stuff if we want to do some like re-entry stuff. Really want to make that starbase though. I really want to make that starbase. I'm wondering, look at this. Don't I have? That's easy enough. And then worry about that. Need this automation. That's so pretty cool though. 100 gig antenna, but I mean, let's be honest, like, I don't think we're sending anything out that far quite yet. Could be sending something out that far, but not quite yet. So, I feel like I should sleep on it. If I buy these heavy rockets, I'm gonna have to build a new monster vehicle. The right. Bad boys are much better than what I currently use. Most of my mid stations too. Wildcat be off. Kind of high like ISP, 350 in the vacuum. 315, 340. Oh, we'll get some nuclear engines too. Some legit thrust on that one too. Holy crap. Oh, the Orca command module. This is like the big Bessie of command modules for sure. If I buy this, that's not too bad. I could even get this and better fuel containers. But I can't build a space. If I go this route, I can build the space station. But that's 850. And leaves us with not enough to go with these heavy engines. Maybe large volume containment, but not enough for the engines. And that's a bummer, which means more science to Mun. We did say we were going to make a vessel to repair the Mun landers and then land on Mun. Nice. Build a vessel that's got a ton of fuel in it. If we can land on Mun once or twice, that could work. Where are our drills? That's what we really need. Drill excavator. Surface harvester. That's what we're looking at. Asteroid drill. So this thing can designed to help extract valuable resources from the crust of planets and asteroids. The drill-o-matic uses a rotating, yeah, blah 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 blah. So I can basically make a different Mun lander that can actually just land to make fuel. An interesting idea. Or at least get ore. And then maybe I bring up a couple vessels and I build around Mun to generate fuel up there, which would make life a lot easier because then I can do all of my Mun landings and finish up all of my science. Also gives grav max negative grav detector, which is cool. Simple science, right? We could do this one too. Give us another science, I think. Gives us infrared telescope. Surface scanning module. Scanning resource for ore. Oh yeah, we would need to know where the ore is. We can't just assume it's there. Sorry for my indecisiveness. It took so long to get this damn science, and I don't want to just burn it up on nonsense stuff. I think we're going to improve our science situation. I think that's what we're going to improve our science situation here. Ion propulsions, that's a whole different ball of wax. We're not even touching that right now. That gives us mining of ore. That's what we wanted. Heavy landing, we don't need that. Though that engine travels a lot harder, longer. That might not be bad. Maybe we just upgrade our landing module and we do a complete revamp there. Input rock and electric charge. Output metallic ore. The jaw. Oh, that's what this asteroid. That's right. And then these extraction modules are used in conjunction with that to extract the rock, turn it into one of these substances. We're nowhere near that. Not even in the ballpark of that right now. So we're not going to do it. We are going to probably do composites because it gives us the micro goo containment pod, which is improvement in our science situation. None of these structural panels really help us at all, to be honest with you. But we can have a thicker protective shield. Harpoon. Be pretty cool for building like modules on the ground. We're going to do that. That leaves us with 100 science. Leaves us with 100 science. It also means that we now have to revamp a whole slew of things because we need to upgrade all of our orbiters with this new science stuff, and we need to talk about what happens with this lander when we hit the ground, if we hit the ground, to get ore. However, it is 12:30, so I am probably going to be calling it quits for the night. I do appreciate everyone coming out, all of the new follows. Welcome. We will have more than just Kerbal, probably some Far Cry, some Sea of Thieves, possibly Elder Scrolls, a couple other things that are going to come up this week. We stream every night, so by all means stop out, say hey, and if there's anything you guys want to see or games that you like, let me know, and I'll see if it's something that is part of my repertoire. And other than that, have a good night, and thanks for stopping out, everyone. See you later, Captain Turtle.